Welcome to another episode of Artsy AF.
Thanks for being here.
On this episode of Artsy AF, we talk to our buddy Jack Shure.
He has a beautiful art studio in the mountains right outside of Boulder, Colorado, in a rather remote location where you have to go up a scary private road.
I mean, this guy is on top of a mountain, like literally, and the views are incredible. Lots of sunshine for his studio. And we spoke to him on the top floor of his house, which is a big open room basically. So you might hear a little reverbiness, but really, again, the quality is just second to none. Anyway, in this episode, we talk about... What do we talk about, John?
We talk about teenage antics.
Yes.
Or maybe early 20s antics.
Yeah, I mean, just when you're young and dumb, invincible, really. And then we also talk about, in big quotations here, visionary art and what exactly that means or doesn't mean, and all the wanted and unwanted accoutrement surrounding it.
I mean, honestly, Jack is just a vibrant, brilliant nut of an artist, and we had lots of laughs, lots of insights.
Lots of laughs.
It was just a fun hang.
Some gaffes and some goofs, as we say in the business.
Yeah. So strap that podcast helmet on and let's go for a ride.
Woo!
It's on. You can just pick up whenever. Talk shit. We'll pick it up.
So we're up here at Jack Shure's house.
Fucking mountaintop views. This is amazing. Overlooking Sugarloaf. And what mountain is this? Or do you not want to say?
No, well,
people are gonna find
I
you.
guess I'm like right under Sunshine Canyon.
All right,
but
cool.
Towards the top of 4 Mile.
Yeah, right on.
Bald Mountain.
How long have you been up here?
In this house?
Yeah.
Like 3.5 years
Right on.
is when I finished.
2015, right? I remember coming up here in 15.
I think that's what it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm terrible with numbers and dates.
Yeah.
Did you grow up in Colorado?
Yeah.
Right on. Where?
So I was born outside of Nederland, about as high as this, but it's like a little more meadowy. It's not as rocky. Mm-hmm. It was beautiful.
Is it weird watching all these people flock here? Like, you grew up here, watching all these artists kind of flock to the area?
It's like oh man, I go back and forth, because there was a time when I felt like there wasn't much as far as like-minded people. Mm-hmm. And it kept it really tight, but it was also kind of
Stale?
it didn't change much.
Yeah.
Does it feel like too much of a good thing now?
I don't know how to describe it. I mean, it's not necessarily like when you say artists moving here. I don't think it's necessarily like that the artists move here. I think it's just people in general.
A shitload of people, and along with that came artists.
If they're artists, I'm usually down.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's like, growing up here and like especially in Ned, I knew every car. I knew every face.
Yeah.
These are all people that I knew. And like, that could be good or bad for people because things like if you did something bad, everyone knew.
Yeah.
Small town vibe.
Yeah, but it was also like pretty cool.
Yeah.
And now it's like, I go to Ned, I'm like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Just a stranger walking around.
Yeah, it's funny. Like,
was it always like a tourist spot?
Yeah, but not quite the same. Because I feel like just all the people moving to Denver, they want to take day trips.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
I went up there this weekend while Frozen Dead Guys was going on, and I was speeding up 119.
Chaos.
and just like all of a sudden just slammed on the brakes because there was just so much traffic. And I guess that's like not typical because they had this festival going on. But.
I mean, it is now with like Eldora being on that pass, and it is kind of, you know, like it isn't certain days, but like, dude, weekends, like snow, when it snows, like.
Yeah, and if people don't know, there was just a festival this past weekend in Ned called Frozen Dead Guy Days. And what's the origin? So there was some dude that was into cryogenics, right? And there was like...
but he thawed already once.
Oh, he already thawed?
Yeah, it's a trip, man. I mean, like I said, growing up in Ned, like you hear all that kind of stuff. And they even... I think it was a CU student, he did a documentary on the whole thing.
Yeah.
And... a couple of my dad's friends were in it. It's like real funny. I think they were a Swiss family. And the guy was a doctor or a scientist of some sort, and he instructed his kids to fucking keep him on ice.
Right on.
And it was like, I think they kept it secret for like quite a while.
Like, after he died or pre mortality? What's that? Like
after he died.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's like,
but
kids.
the story is he thawed, so I don't know if it would still work, you know?
Yeah.
If he wanted to be.
But wasn't the house wasn't it abandoned or something like that, or no? But cops like discovered there was a frozen body. They had no idea about it.
Oh no, I think someone had to come replace the dry ice. There was a family member that would come.
Like every so often?
I think it was like probably, I don't know how long dry ice lasts, but I'd imagine imagine every couple weeks.
Yeah.
And then somehow born out of that was Frozen Dead Guy Days, where people get drunk and fucking
I don't know what they
jump in the lake and stuff.
Oh, they jump in the lake?
I don't even know. Honestly, like
I took a cold shower this morning.
I only went 1 year, and we were like young kids and just like being punks, like high schoolers, smoking weed, talking shit to people.
Yeah.
Bad.
So Jack, one thing I wanted to ask you is, what is visionary art, bro?
Just getting right into
it. Like what do you like? There's been I don't want to call it a controversy, but there's been much discussion about this genreification of like the kind of work that you make, that I make. That
it's like a dirty word at this point, visionary art. It seems like.
Yeah, kind of.
Why? Because it's pompous and.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I don't want to sound like, because I know people identify with that, and it's changed people's lives.
Yeah, for sure.
But God, that's complicated, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, because for me, like looking at it initially, and growing up in a town, like once I like started going to school in Boulder and noticing all the like woo yoga mat stuff going on, I was turned off by it.
Yeah.
I was like, this is.
It's like
weird.
two on the nose kind of thing.
I don't know. It just was like, it just felt like
trying too hard, or like.
Well, if I can speak to my own experience with that particular thing, like when I think it's for me at least, a need to rebel against like your hometown ethos or something. Like when I lived in Kentucky, I was just like smoking the fuck out of some weed and just being like, yeah, Kentucky fucking weed. Life. Yeah. But then I moved out here and it's like, it's legal. And then I was like, I don't really need it anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is funny, right? If everyone's doing something, you're trying to figure out how to be outside of that, be an outsider.
Yeah. I guess.
Was that it? Or?
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I guess it just, there's something for me about being like super outward and deliberate with your spirituality that feels cheesy to me.
Yeah, like you're putting people on.
Yeah, it's like I don't want anyone to fucking ask me about anything. I'm not a fucking messiah, and I feel like a lot of that art, like it brings that energy where people are like, they look at these people as if they're not human anymore.
Right.
And like, I think it could even go to the artist's head.
Yeah.
And to me, that's just a fucking trip, man.
Yeah.
Because in my experience, art is what fucking kept me alive. It has nothing to do with fucking.
Yeah, like you're not some special spiritual tapped in person. And that's
I think maybe I am, but I think you guys are too, and everyone is.
Exactly.
I know.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of like the reason why we're doing this podcast, to kind of like dispel, because like a lot of artists from afar, they can look like they must be on this, like they know something you don't.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and you're only displaying the best part of your life.
Exactly.
That's the part that people see. They don't see you when you're fucking breaking down or taking a shit or anything.
We're like crying in front of the easel.
When you're like fucking,
or
can't
you're like,
even
no
raise
one
your
likes
head.
me.
Yeah, man.
Does your art come from visions, or do you kind of like freestyle and have them pop out?
I mean, I guess it's a mix of both, man.
Yeah, somewhere between the both.
And sometimes I'm like, I don't even know. You tell me, because I can't tell you.
Yeah.
It all kind of melts together.
And I just is coming out. And then there's times when I've tried to like divert that path or control it, and it was like,
Nah.
fuck.
Yeah.
That was a waste of time.
Yeah.
That just hurt me. Now I'm depressed.
Yeah, I think, like we were saying, visionary arts got conflated somehow with like something spiritually special.
So yeah,
Right?
I think that's the initial thing that turned me off, is like the people were introducing it to me, were like, this is visionary art. This is the new paradigm. This is it. And I'm like, okay.
Really, at the end of the day, isn't it all?
It was
visionary?
mark make. It was like, oh, these guys are making marks.
Yeah.
And then I realized that like visionary art, there was artists that I had been into
Right.
before I knew what visionary art was.
Yeah.
That were in that category loosely. Yeah, like I discovered Clairwine when I was like fucking 8 or 9 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't identify myself as that.
True.
I honestly, bro, I don't even want to identify myself as an artist most times.
Yeah.
People introduce me, they're like, "Oh, this is my artist friend." I'm like, "God damn it."
Because then you're like within these
And I don't want to talk about it.
You're in confines of a box.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, like, fuck. I don't know. It's
a person doing stuff. Like,
yeah, I'm making marks.
Yeah.
you do it enough and then some cool
And
shit
it's
pops
super
out.
important to me, but I'm not telling anyone that it should be that important to
Right.
them.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Because I think that seems to be from maybe a level-headed perspective. That's maybe what the baggage that comes along with the term visionary art, right? It's like you do perhaps
yoga.
this person or artist is kind of saying that like this should be important to you.
For sure. And I'm super critical thinker. And sometimes to a default, I would say, but sometimes I look at things, I'm like, so this guy's a visionary, he's changing the world. But if I look at it critically, I'm like, no, he's making Chinese merchandise and selling it.
Yeah. Do you have any visionary hat pins on that note?
I have before.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
totally.
when I was young and wanted to eat.
Yeah, totally.
But I didn't wear any of them.
Yeah.
And I wasn't stoked about it. I wasn't like, hey, guys, check this out.
Yeah.
It was kind of like, oh, yeah, I'll let you handle that.
It's funny how easy it is to fall into that trap of, you have some like extreme transcendent experiences, and then you create, you create art as a reflection of integrating these experiences.
Yeah.
And then you find yourself as a merchandiser.
Yeah, that's
And
just
it's
hard.
It scares me because
it's a scary paradox.
Like I started falling into that a little bit, and I'm like,
how could you not? You have to eat.
I know. I'm trying
We
to
have
pump
to
the brakes and be like, is there a way to do this without I want to make art. I don't want to be a merchandiser. But like, where's the rub? Like, how do you balance it out?
Now, unfortunately, with the advent of social media, you have to be a brand also.
Yeah.
You can't just be a fucking mark maker or a human. You have to brand yourself. And not only that, you have to brand your fucking personality, which is weird as hell.
Yeah.
And especially for someone who's rather hermetic like myself, that can be a fucking whirlwind of emotions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you actually have to go out and interact with people.
Well, no,
It's not even that.
Not even that. It's just putting that out all the time.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it's kind of like creating this other person to show the world so that they help you eat. Hopefully,
it is kind of like that.
That's how I feel about social media.
I think you can do it genuinely though.
No, for sure.
Like,
I try to. I even like say really raw, gnarly shit on there sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll address crazy shit, like even like, you know, me getting sexually abused as a kid, or just like some gnarly shit, and I'll put it out there in a painting, and I'll have no like
filter on it.
Yeah, sometimes for sure.
Yeah.
And I think that's positive, but
I'm sure that helps a lot of people too. You know, that people
I think so.
people that
I think so.
dig what you're
I
doing.
hope so.
Instead
Yeah.
of just putting out the positivity, you're also like, hey, I mean, I'm dealing with this too.
Yeah.
And a lot of other people probably are too, and they might feel really alone.
For sure. I mean, I think that, oh man, when it comes down to it for me, art is how I'm eating, but art is also like how I made it through the toughest times of my life. There's no way I would have fucking made it. That's how I feel.
Yeah, how else do you get that out of you?
I have no clue. Not when you're a little kid and you don't have anyone to talk to. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've been making art since you were a little kid?
Yeah. I even have like boxes of like drawings. My parents were like pretty fucking cool.
Right
Yeah.
on.
Yeah. And they were like,
Saved all the stuff.
yeah. And dude, like my mom's a modern dancer. So she's like super trippy. Like she really is. Man.
Nice.
Like the way she lives her life, like it's really like, especially in her performance life, it's pretty surreal. And
Yeah.
yeah. And then my dad is like an old hippie with a super open mind.
Right on.
Nice.
So, and they were like, they could tell that, you know, it was something that was healthy for me and to escape to. So I think they just buy more pens, buy more paper.
Yeah.
That's really
Nice.
cool. Did you go to art school?
No.
Yeah.
No, it's really interesting. I had the opportunity to, because my grandfather left money to like all the kids, and
Nice.
it would have been enough to probably go to a year of art school. But if I didn't go, then I didn't get the money.
Yeah.
And I wasn't necessarily wanting to be even an artist at that time. But they were like, oh, you should do this. You should, my family. My grandma even flew me out to Chicago and tried to get me to go to school. And I wasn't feeling it. And in the end, I think I'm glad I didn't go that route.
Yeah.
Even though I think there's some things that I have learned slower.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, we've this seems to come up every podcast, but we talk about going to art school versus going to like an academy or atelier, or just like learning yourself.
But I did like seek people out
Yeah,
in this
same
way
here.
where I was like, yo, this motherfucker does not fuck around.
Yeah.
And I see his stuff and I'm like, that's who I want to talk to.
Who have you studied with?
Oh, I mean,
Well, you don't have to name drop if you don't want to.
I mean, but like, you know, a lot of the same people you did when you
Like
went to
Maura.
Italy. Yeah, Maura
Yeah.
and
I love Maura.
yeah,
Shout out Maura.
and Lawrence and Daniel and that whole crew. And I feel like at that point in time, like that was super awesome for me.
Same.
Because it was just like being mostly like, dude, being around that many artists. Like,
Right.
wow.
Wait, who are you guys talking about?
Did I tell you about the trip to Italy to like learn from like Amanda Sage and like Maura Holden?
It's like the whole.
Okay.
It is the Visionary crew.
Yeah, it's like the Ernst Fuchs lineage,
Yeah. It's like
Posse.
they call it Mish technique.
Yeah.
which is mixed.
All it
Because
means
you're
is
mixing animal protein, emulsion, and oil.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
like casein, like
Or
egg.
like tempera,
Right
That
on.
white shit.
that white.
Do you still follow that technique?
No,
techniques
no,
No, not at all,
Not
yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
I don't really. I mean, sometimes I do on certain parts, but like not really at all. But it was a good at that point in my still fledgling art career.
But
It
I
was a
mean,
good thing.
There was like a lot of other people in there too that I definitely like.
You met Chris there, right?
Chris Dyer?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. And we're homies still.
Yeah.
But also just like, just being around that many weirdos.
It's great. It's the best. You're like, oh my God, I'm not that weird.
And especially being around like a lot of high functioning weirdos that are really killing it.
Yeah.
Just being in their presence, you learn so much.
Yeah.
Just the way they like.
Let it go.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And you might pick up like one move from somebody. You're like, oh, I like the way they do that.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to like emulate your style.
Yeah. But, and then I had like, Hikaru.
Oh yeah.
Like I have a bunch of his art, and like he came up here and would hang out and like tell me what was wrong with shit that I was painting. And then like, doing a lot of collaborations with Nomi. That was fucking huge for my like just understanding.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, because he like mixes all his color.
Beforehand.
Yeah, he only uses like, I don't know, 5 colors or something.
Right.
Nice.
Plus white or whatever.
Yeah.
Something like that, maybe 6. It's really cool to watch.
Does it ever freak you guys out when you have somebody that you're a huge fan of and they're sitting staring at your work? Just like, oh, what are they going to say?
Like, that's the thing, like with Nomi, bro, I got shown all, like, Mars and Damon, all their art first. And I thought it was really cool, but I wasn't like, oh my God. I mean, there was times with Mars, no doubt, like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And all of them, really, but there was something that the first time I saw Nomi shit, I was like, oh my God, what is this? And the first conversation we had was about that painting.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
That's an epic piece.
Yeah,
dude,
it's beautiful.
What's that? Do you know the title of that one? You obviously probably know the title.
it's like Erotomorphic Nebula.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's badass.
It's
so
the real deal. Yeah. But anyways, we ended up talking some, and we ended up like working on some art together. And that was like, whew, man, so nervous.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, like I remember just like forgetting anything I knew.
Yeah.
As soon as we started painting, I'm like, fuck. Because the first one we did, we mailed it back and forth. And when I was doing it, I was like with my homies, and I'm like, yeah, this is fucking sweet, and I'm gonna collaborate with this dude. Like, whoa,
Yeah.
And I sent it, and he worked on it and sent it back. But then, like, once we were in the same room in my studio, I was like, oh, fuck, what did I get myself into, man?
And you worked with him. He already digs what you do. But to be in the presence, you're just like...
totally.
It's like intimidation and confusion. Or...
like I said, I would just forget everything I knew. I feel like a lot of times I would paint terribly until I forgot that I was scared, because I was like, oh yeah, I'm there's fucking homie. Whoa, oh shit.
Well, that probably helped you level up so much, teaching you how to get out of your own mind in such a fucking crazy
and I was like
state.
really stuck in this like white color.
Yeah.
White color. Yeah. White color. And I was just like driving myself crazy, I guess. Yeah. And Nomi's super direct, no glazing, no frills, just put the paint
right on
the
there.
thing.
Yeah.
Put the fucking paint on, rub it around.
Yeah.
And it's like, but then, going to meet Christian for the first time, that just...
Christian who?
Rex Van Minnen.
I'm not familiar with him.
He's a bad motherfucker.
Yeah, he has like a painting in the Denver Museum, and
okay.
It's like this.
He's from Colorado.
it's kind of
crazy. Like he actually grew up with my cousin in Carbondale.
Nice.
Right on.
But yeah, he did a workshop, and dude, it's crazy to like think that. I think it was 5 days, and in 5 days, I learned more than I'd learned in the previous year by myself, or like, you know, just, it was crazy.
Nice.
Are you like, you're painting at such a high level now, but do you still seek out people?
I wouldn't say that.
I'd say so.
Compared to me, compared
to both of us.
Yeah, compared to both of us.
You're killing
I didn't
it.
want to speak for John.
But do you still seek out people to, you know, to study under?
It's a little different now, because like I feel like I'm getting older and it looks kind of weird.
Now you need students.
I have had some. I've had quite a few.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. That's another thing. It could be hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be hard, especially when you're like balancing all your own shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never really taught anybody.
That's how I met you, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. You came.
Yeah, that first little,
did
you
a
had your own
workshop
little
with David
niche
and
technique
Meloria.
class, yeah. Well, we actually met at your show.
At the Tai Chi studio, bro.
But before that,
Show the Tai Chi studio.
no, it was
jazz band.
It was before that. Okay, it was that, yeah.
It's a potpourri of.
It was so funny. I met Jack.
It was a potpourri. Quite the amalgamation.
I met Jack. I met Morgan, and I met Aaron.
And there was a bunch
And
of Dylan.
Dylan and Esparza and Jennifer and Matt DeGrotto.
Yeah, and more too that I can't even think of right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like my third day in Colorado.
Oh, so
And-
you're just like, oh, it's on.
Yeah. I was like, oh, there's an art show. I'm like, and I like mustered up the courage, and I'm like, I'm going to be really awkward, but you know, I've kind of at that point had learned how to just like surf on my awkwardness and finger gun it out and like be like, hey, and like kind of make people smile. But it was, I was nervous going up in there and like introducing myself to you guys and
Really?
being like, here's my art.
Dude, but everyone immediate was like, that kid's so nice.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Oh,
I remember that moving here too. It's how inviting everybody was, you know.
For sure.
yeah.
Everybody's just cool. You're so intimidated by everyone.
For
It's
sure.
like,
And then you're
artist
just like,
overload, and then
Yeah.
They're just like people pretty much just like me
Yeah. But it's super
with key differences, but
it's super trippy though, like social dynamics and also being a painter. Because like people will treat you different if you don't keep them at a distance sometimes too.
oh, dude, I am.
Which
I'm
is
the-
kind of fucked, but
I'm
it's the truth.
I'm the king of like, if I'm in a good place with someone, like relationship wise, and we don't hang out, that's fine.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, because
because then when you see them again, you're like psyched. and-
yeah,
For
it's-
sure. Oh, on that side too, for sure, definitely, because we're all need our space. For
yeah, and
sure.
we understand.
Yeah.
that,
Even if
know?
you really love somebody and they really love you, if you hang out too much, you're gonna fucking drive each
them
other.
crazy.
there's gonna
Oh,
be
for
something.
sure.
Yeah, you're
For
gonna.
sure.
And it's also good, you know, maybe to work through those things too.
Oh, definitely.
But you also don't want to just like be so annoyed with someone and be like,
yeah, there's a lot of like, there's a lot of fine lines with that.
Nice pun.
Especially like when you're. I've noticed like you know, we were talking about like social dynamics.
yeah,
When someone approaches you for a piece, if you act too eager, they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, this guy's
Yeah.
hungry. Fuck him."
yeah.
You gotta be cool.
But then if you're too chill,
yeah,
Yeah,
then they're like, "This guy's an arrogant prick."
yeah,
Fuck him.
exactly. It's such a weird balance. It's like not only are we artists of you know, paint on canvas, we also have to figure out these like subtle social dynamics.
But you know what, man? The people that give a shit, they're not trying to fuck with any of that. They're just
Right.
like, "Hey, what does this cost?
What is
Yeah.
this? Yeah.
Give it to me."
I get so many tire kickers. You know what I'm saying? Like people who
Dude.
come along and they're like, "Oh, how much is this?" And then I'm like, "This is the price," and then nothing. And I'm at this point now where like if you approach me about a painting be prepared for me to bother you until you say yes or no.
Don't do it, dude. It's not worth it, dude. Honestly, it's not worth it because they don't. That's the truth. Yeah. Like, I give people usually, if they're inquiring about an original, I'll give them like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Before I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
I'm not going to convince you.
Yeah.
To buy my fucking hard work.
Especially on a significant piece.
Yeah, I'm like, you don't want it? It's cool.
If you're paying a few grand for a piece, it's either like you fucking want
And I
it
feel like in the end, people respect that more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure they do, but like, I just hate it so much.
It's whack.
I'm just like,
it's whack.
You want to like fuck with
me? But you know what the other thing is? I think a lot of people, they think, oh yeah, original art. It's like $100, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm going to work for 3 months and take $100.
Yeah.
That sounds like great.
Yeah. Like I had someone ask me the other day about a painting that took me 4.5 months and is 3 by 4 feet. And it's easily my best painting. It's the purple like woman Anima Mundi.
Oh yeah, that one's so.
And I was like, he's like, hey, is this still available? I was like, yep. I was like, I'm asking $7,000 for it, and then just ghosted. Yeah. And I was like,
I think a lot of people just don't.
Did you make a decision about that painting?
Well, I think the easiest way for that, or like the way that I've been dealing with it, and I think that's partly because I've like built relationships with most of the people that are buying them. I'm like, this is what I want in the ideal world of me working for this piece. And then I put it out there, and then I'm like, but how about you just make an offer that you think's reasonable?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And
if it's like doable for you, you'll make it happen.
Usually it's like so close to what I asked, bro.
Yeah.
Because people are taken back by that.
Yeah, when you're open and honest.
They're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Like, and like, the last one I was like, oh, I want to get, I think I was like, I want to get $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
And then I told him that, what do you think? He's like, how's 900?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, okay.
Because if you dig an artist and you're interested in the work, you don't want to insult them either.
Yeah.
It's like, so
yeah.
And it's like I said, that push and pull.
Yeah.
Also, like, I don't know. It's rare that on social media I'll be like, this piece is available. Mm-hmm. Hardly ever. Mm-hmm. Almost never.
Being mysterious with it.
No, I just like let people come to me. Because then I figure if they've gotten that far that they're hitting me up, then they're probably a little more interested than the average dude.
Yeah, it's like a screen. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because that's any significant piece I've sold. It's, for a decent chunk, like people come to me, they'll see me working on it or something. They're like, yo, I need that piece.
Yeah.
And then, like I'll do this piece is available thing, but I'm thinking about like stopping that.
I mean, if it works for you, do it, man.
Yeah.
Like I'm just telling you what I do because I think mysterious, maybe that is.
And maybe even like Andrew, like pestering people about a piece, maybe that ends up working for him. Because that's what's interesting. Because like everybody's, there's no blueprint for how to do it,
For sure. But it's so weird. Like, I feel like I make all these subconscious notes about what's working and not.
Yeah.
And, now after this much time of art being my only income, it's like.
How long have you been doing it?
So do you want to include like rock art?
Sure. Yeah.
Because like if you want to include rock art and like Grateful Dead kind of theme stuff and.
Who's that?
Me.
No, what'd you say? Grapefruit
Head?
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Never heard of them.
Never heard of them.
So, yeah. I guess that was... 2011.
Okay.
2011, I guess. Pretty much.
So you're getting pretty deep in it now. Yeah, you've got some experience behind you.
Yeah, but it's weird because I always am changing, so I feel like...
like each phase has its own...
Oh, man, it's crazy. Like
you switch your style up...
all the time.
Yeah.
I'm a weirdo.
How? It's crazy. A lot of people find a lane and stick to it,
I can't do that.
Yeah, I
go
have that problem too.
crazy. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? And
Yeah, you like squeeze all the juice out of one style, and then
I don't even know. It's just, but the thing is like, there's times when I can recognize that would probably be helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'd be more branded. I think people think of my art, and it's like, I don't know what they think, but I think they a lot of the time think of that image, that skull image, which is weird for me, like I said.
Yeah, you were talking about it's biggest blessing, biggest curse kind of thing.
I mean, yeah, it's cool. It's cool. I mean, dude, like the people I met because of that thing, like, dude, my art is hanging over Bob Weir's desk at Tri Studios.
Yeah, that's insane.
Through that image, like,
Really?
dude, so many crazy things, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's badass.
Right on.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
How do you so whenever you move into a new phase of work, do you is there like a lot of sketching involved, like fucking finding new flows, or they just start popping out?
Yeah, I guess I just like, I rarely sketch unless it's like onto the canvas, or it's like I know where I'm going, and I'm like, you know, sometimes I'll do like a drawing small and I'll like project it so I can make it big.
Yeah.
But like I don't sketch a whole lot.
Right on.
Not a ton.
Did you used to when you were earlier, or?
I did hard lines.
Yeah.
Because I was screen printing most of my images. You know, I'd have hard lines to trap color.
Yeah.
It was all about line weight and shit like that.
Right on.
Yeah, which is cool, you know, like,
I'm sure it informs your work now. I mean,
dude,
Yeah.
not really.
no?
No, I wish I could say it did.
You
but-
it just evaporated?
well, like I can still go back to it.
Yeah.
And reference it, and I still have like know a few things, but it's not like I'm not like avidly like, oh, how do they do this? I don't care anymore.
That's so bizarre to me. Do you have like extreme personality shifts as you go through phases too?
Yeah,
You just like become different people in different phases?
yeah, I really feel I do. Yeah.
That is crazy.
If you want me to be completely honest, yeah, I kind of see them as like an ego death each time.
Right on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes it'll coincide with like a heroic dose of something.
Of Robitussin.
Of something.
So you just go in, lose yourself, and pop out onto a new timeline.
I don't
new
know
Jack.
what happens, really.
That's wild, man.
I mean,
It's hard to articulate things like that.
I don't know if anybody else gets after it like that.
it's kind of freaky for sure. And like I said, sometimes I don't think it's to my advantage, but it's cool. Like I'm exploring.
Yeah.
I'm I'm out in the ethers
Yeah, I was gonna say
looking for morsels.
you're like a real artist doing it, but
I guess, I don't know.
But yeah, we all have our own unique way of how we do it.
Yeah. Yeah, but I guess that exploration's super important to me for some reason. I couldn't put my finger on why, but
I feel the same way. Like right now I kind of work in polar opposites. Like I have a portrait oil painting that I'm working on, and I'm really taking like my freaking time and making sure all the value shifts are right, and like making it like real beautiful and kind of like not too crazy contrasted values, and then there's this other piece that I just started that's just like, when I started it, I took a palette knife globbed full of purple and just was slicing, and I threw green paint on there and like took a giant brush and was just swooping around.
Yeah.
And this will be the first one that I'm intentionally keeping everything just like abstract, where you can't look at it and be like, oh, that's a finger, or oh, that's a
for sure
skull, or a rose, or whatever
it is. Yeah.
And that's helping me a lot. I don't know, that one's super fun.
Yeah. It's just for
free.
me, I get lost in that.
Yeah.
Me too. I can't.
I'm like, dude, I like, that's the thing is like with that kind of like just morphic flow shit, like I could bang a painting out in 3 days, or it could take like
Years.
yeah. And it's like I can't be going down that rabbit hole too far, bro. I'll do it sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
like,
need like some sort of subject to
I do
hone
that
in
when I'm
on.
collaborating a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been fun. It's you know, you juxtapose that with this like more fine art approach thing that I'm doing, and it's somewhere in the middle is where most of my work is, you know.
Well, it's like doing that. You can find new moves and new color combinations that
Yeah.
you're not going to find otherwise. Like,
Right.
you know, rip the thing open, and then you might find like a couple nuggets that you bring back into your more like go-to style, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go-to styles. That's such a.
Weird concept.
Well, it's like, I don't know. It's.
I have a go-to thing. It's
yeah,
weird.
but it fucking works for you.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
I mean, it seems that way to me, man.
Yeah, like I'll hop out, and then mine's been like sort of a slowly evolving continuation of one style. You know, like I don't really go from like doing this and then doing something completely different.
For sure.
But like I'll fuck around in a sketchbook and have you ever heard of like automatic drawing?
Yeah,
You know, you
for
just
sure.
sit down and
Yeah.
you just like make shapes.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you might just find like, oh, I like this swoop. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I'm gonna like throw this into the, you know, like into the
mix.
formula. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah, I think that's like I like that way too.
Do you have a routine?
I do.
Like a daily routine?
Oh, routine.
Like,
I mean,
how's your day look?
Like a dance routine.
Yeah, you gonna do some choreography for us?
usually I wake up and pet my dog. And then usually before I take a piss or before I look at my phone, I try to go look at the painting that I'm working on.
Nice.
Wow. Just straight away.
Yeah, fresh eyes.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Because then I can be like, what in the fuck was I thinking?
Yeah,
man?
yeah.
Or I can be like, oh, okay.
Ooh, I'm gonna try that, man.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
It's I think it's pretty important to me.
Do you paint in the day usually?
Yeah, I can't paint at night, man.
You can't?
No, artificial light, man. I'm
Yeah.
doing so many glazes. Like,
Yeah. You got some nice sunlight in here.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's sun all day.
Yeah.
South facing.
Yeah.
So you start early and just work all day.
Try to. I mean, at the very least, I try to put 3 hours in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I try. You know, but there's days where you're just like, you're not feeling it.
Sometimes the canvas is just bouncing you back, and you need to like go ride a bike or something, get some energy
and
out.
that's the other thing. When the seasons change, like, I gotta be outside way more, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feel that. I went outside today.
Yeah. But
Had to.
there's also like a fine line with that, because I felt like, you know, when I was like a little younger, I'd fucking be at festivals all summer. And
Yeah.
wouldn't be getting any work done, and I'd be like sunburnt as fuck, sitting in
Yeah.
a field like with all these fucking looped out white kids going, what am I doing? Like, I could be at home
Yeah,
with
yeah.
like a cold lemonade,
Yeah.
like on my mountain, like where it's nice and cool, and like
Yeah.
It's typically how I feel at festivals.
yeah, I'm like, I could be painting.
There'll be like one night where I dance and have fun, and then after that, I'm like over it, dude. I want to go.
Yeah.
I want
Yeah.
to go back into solitude and work on a painting.
Well, it's crazy. Like, now that I'm getting older, it's like I used to be able to fucking stay up all the nights.
Tell me
or
about
whatever,
it.
all that shit. And now one night, I'm like,
Yeah,
takes
you
me a
feel
week
it.
to recover.
Yeah.
I'm like, God damn, I still am like groggy like 3
Yeah.
days later. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is not worth it at
You have,
all.
like a week long depression for one
Yeah,
night
it's
of
like
fun.
this is not gonna. Yeah,
It's kind of weird once you start realizing that that's happening, and you're like, fuck. I guess those fun, ecstatic nights might kind of be behind me.
dude, I haven't been to a festival since.
Was it that Sonic Bloom
Yeah,
where the big collab?
yeah.
we all
When
got
was
down
that?
on?
When was that?
2013.
Oh, I guess
did you go?
2 years ago, I went to a festival in the desert, and it was cool because it was right down it was like 5 minutes from my front door, so I
that's
could go
cool.
home every night.
Oh, that's
what was
nice.
It was like the Polish ambassador thing. They were cool.
in Taos.
Yeah, they were
Sure,
they were mad cool actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was cool. That was cool.
Or was that one time that you and Taylor showed up to
okay. Yeah, no.
To that one.
That doesn't count. We just came in and swooped you.
Yeah.
Supposedly we were supposed to like be watching music, but I don't even remember watching music. I just remember.
So I was painting. I was painting.
Nobody knows what you guys are talking about.
I was painting at this like festival on a like slaughter farm. I won't name. It smelled so bad. It smelled just like
slaughter farm.
You could smell the iron of the blood in the air. It was really
like
awful.
Rotten blood smell, bro.
And why would about the second? Yeah, exactly. I'm not gonna name
because
names.
you can't afford a real spot.
Yeah,
you want to get your homies together. Stuff.
Yeah. It was fun. I had a blast. But like the second night, Jack and our friend Taylor show up, and maybe it's the third night, but it was the last night of the festival. But at that point, I was like kind of over it. It was like pretty late night, and I was still up like sort of.
By the time we didn't get there till midnight.
Yeah, it was like midnight, 1 a.m. or something, and then Taylor's like, "Hey, we're gonna go search for this rare blue agate up in Wyoming." Or no, he called it Wyoming.
So essentially, we were.
You can say it, dude. We've been talking about
you can talk
the
about
whole time.
Psychedelics.
Okay, we were tripping balls.
Yeah.
And we were going to watch Bobby's set.
Yeah,
but
Aerotime.
I think we missed it. Or
no, you caught it. Who knows?
I don't know. Anyways, we were already.
They were
elevated.
Elevated. I was elevated, and I was just like, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna come with you guys. And we went on this like.
So we drove 8 hours into Wyoming.
Dawn Rager into southwest Wyoming. No, we had plenty of that.
I guess we did have some food.
But we were out in the hot Wyoming sun in early May, like at this like on some BLM, some free land that you could go dig on, just like searching for these blue agates. Like,
and it was ungodly hot, bro.
I was like so tired.
Sounds pretty cool.
It was actually awesome.
It was hilarious.
But once the novelty wore off, it was like, okay, let's get the fuck out of here. Yeah.
Reality sets in.
Yeah, you're like, this was really funny up until a half hour ago. Now it's fucking bounce.
So I got back to the festival, and there were like, 10 kids sitting in a circle somewhere, and I was like still having to pack all my stuff down. It was just a funny scene, man. Like, I wish I had like some sort of like GoPro attached to my face just to like see people's like confused looks on their face when they're like, did you go to Wyoming? Because like I was telling people like for real, like, hey, I'm going to Wyoming. I'll be back in the morning, and I don't think many people believed me.
But we were back in the morning.
Yeah, we were back in the morning.
Sounds like quite the adventure.
It wasn't like I was getting paid, so
So Jack, those days are behind you.
Of what, festivals?
of the
debauchery.
Yeah. Oh, I mean,
maybe not.
It depends what
different
kind.
story, though.
It depends what kind. It's. I guess I'm relatively really like calm and mellow pretty much all the time. But like in those types of situations, what gets me going is some loud Grateful Dead music and like all those friends that I have.
Get fired up.
Mm-hmm. And with no obligation to be creating
anywhere for a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like a funny element with festivals. Whenever you go and you're not a painter, and then you go and you actually have like a task to do, like the difference of it. Because I felt like once I started painting at events, it feels so weird to just go to an event and not be doing something. You're like, I don't know what to do anymore.
Yeah.
What do I do with my hands?
I guess I don't know. When I was going to a lot of festivals, I think sometimes I would like disappoint people who are like bringing me there because I'd like get burnt. I just got burnt out real quick, and I'd be like sitting in the shade.
Yeah.
Like spacing out.
Heck 'em.
Wait, so I'll switch gears a little bit, I guess. But you mostly paint with oils?
Yeah, only.
Have you always Like, how did you get into oils at a certain point?
I guess like I did a couple acrylic paintings in high school.
Yeah. Did you like are you self-taught with oils?
I mean, yes and no. I mean, I didn't go to school, but I also had, I feel like, some of the better painters out there, in my opinion. Yeah, like behind me, like behind my shoulder at points.
Did you ever, like, do you reference anymore? Or do you use
Sometimes
references?
it depends. Like this.
Yeah, I'm looking at that right now.
The only thing that I use a reference for was the
fruit
hand.
Oh, the hand. Okay. Yeah, hands are tough.
Yeah, it's a hard one to fake. I tried for a while, and I was like, no, that's not good.
Because you're painting the thing that you're using to paint. It's weird meta.
It's hard to just it's like a hard thing to just come up with.
Yeah. Yeah.
On the spot. Yeah. Faces.
But you've done like skulls so many times that like at this point.
And leaves and like morphic shapes and I mean.
What about that texture of the marble? Did you have to look?
No, that's all like, that's just like a.
You just freestyled that?
Yeah. Yeah, you just, honestly, I'm melting the painting. So I glaze, so that's, first I do a brown underpainting and I try to get the values as close as possible. And then I do a full grayscale underpainting on top of the brown underpainting, but I keep the shadows transparent so they're this warm brown.
Yep.
And then I'm using a gray that's chromatic.
What kind of gray? Paints?
No, it's chromatic, so it's like
a mixture of red
but it's
and green,
on the
white.
blue side, so it's cool.
Yeah.
So in the underpainting, the highlights are cool,
The shadows
and
are
the
warm.
shadows are warm,
Yeah,
and I really like that.
Yeah, it looks
And
awesome.
then, to do that marble, that's after the gray, and then I glaze it all the color, and then I take a brush with thinner on it, and I just like drag it across it in various ways and melt it.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Right on.
Sick, bro.
Yeah.
That's actually
really
one of my
awesome.
favorite things to do.
That process?
Oh, it's so fun.
Yeah.
Because like it could take like all day, or it could like happen
pop.
in like a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
Right on. Very cool.
I like making a mess and cleaning it up, typically.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how like all even the ones that are like, wow, that's kind of like saying something. I don't know what it says, dude. But I just start with like just like strokes and flow. And then I'm like, that kind of looks like a thing.
A lot of people are doing that, and I cannot for the life of me figure out how to do it.
Yeah?
I've tried it so many times. You know, like, because like Randall and Morgan, Randall Roberts, Morgan Mandala, they do the same thing too. You know, like they just swirl a bunch of shit and then carve it out. But I suppose maybe it's just like the way your brain works or something.
Maybe. I think it's also like it lends to their style, you know, and it might not lend to yours. But like, you know, that weird thing with the hair tentacles shit.
Yeah.
Like that's made that way.
Okay.
But it's like so far like down under there in the process that it looks real clean right now, but it started like with some crazy brown bush, you know, that I ended up carving out.
So you do like sections of chaos, and then do you have other parts where you know what you're gonna put?
I don't know.
Sorry, dude. There are no clear answers.
I wish I did. I mean, I guess it's just a mix.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I'll be like, oh, this needs some like realistic element to balance out all this
Chaos.
weird shit. But like a lot of that stuff was actually like me staring for 2 days at like weird pictures of parasites and like blood cells and like microscopic bacteria.
Yeah.
And then like using that as the inspiration out of my head.
That kind of like bug thing.
That's actually, I think I was looking.
What is that?
I think like the initial thing that I was sort of like thinking of was this flea that I was.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, we have all these visual references in this audio-only podcast. We'll be sure to put Jack's painting that we're talking about right now, like somewhere linked in the description. Yeah. Yeah, we'll just send you to the Google search image page of Fleas. So Google that while you're waiting. And yeah, we'll put this Nomi piece up there too, just to have a reference of what the fuck we're even talking about.
So you're like, I mean, you're pretty remote up where you live, and you live by yourself, right? So you spend
that was
best.
A yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shook my head.
Yes.
You guys heard it. You heard it here first.
So do you spend like most of your life in solitude?
Yeah. I'm trying to switch it up right now. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because like I was telling you guys before we started recording, I was out in Taos, and I think I went a little too far down that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was really cool, man. Like,
Yeah.
fuck, dude, I miss it all the time.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of... I have this dream, and I think a lot of painters share the same sentiment, where I can just be free from distraction somewhere in the woods or on top of a mountain, in your case, and just like dive into some work.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And Boulder's a bit removed from Denver, at least in that sense. Because,
It is, yeah.
Because like there's not a lot that I'm into that happens in Boulder typically, you know?
For sure.
And like there's enough friends though that live there, like John, and you're close enough, and
You can socialize if you need to.
Yeah, exactly.
Emily.
Yeah.
There's some kids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, don't know where I was going with that, but I think
Get
it's
alone time when you need it.
Yeah. You need to have that balance
For sure.
Yeah.
But I think like also part of what I'm missing about Taos is there was a long time where I felt like this mark making path was not like, didn't have any like bigger purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And that was fucking with me. And I was like, man, I'm just like surviving.
Oh yeah. Talk about the volunteering work.
Yeah.
you did there.
Yeah. And so pretty much I was with this girl that I was seeing at the time. And she was kind of fresh to a lot of things. But like we had a little medicine out in the desert. We were on this like little road trip out in New Mexico. And I had like a good breakdown. And, yeah. And long story short, I have family in New Mexico, close to Taos. And my aunt and her partner, they have a house, like a little farmhouse spot out in, God, what is that spot called? Anyway, it's close to Taos. It's kind of by Abiquiu. And they bring in foster kids. Mm-hmm. And like a lot of them have like came from parents that were addicted to drugs and really heavy stuff. Mm-hmm. And they had adopted this kid, and I grew up with him, you know, like he was my cousin. Mm-hmm. And he got murdered by the police.
What?
In Espanola, in New Mexico. And that was like a really heavy thing for my family.
Yeah.
And I hadn't really faced it all the way because I was just kind of not ready. And on this road trip, like, it kind of just all hit me at once. Mm-hmm. And it was, like I said, a good breakdown. But then immediately I was like, man, something about this spot, like, it's so beautiful. And, like, God, the energy is like nowhere else I've ever experienced. It's so fucking, it's just vibrating, man. Mm-hmm. And I had like, I feel like something in me had already made the decision that I was going to move down there and like do something to like contribute.
Yeah.
And so my aunt, whose son got killed, she's super cool fucking lady, dude. She's a badass. And I kind of was like talking to her about everything that I was thinking about. And she's like, well, you should touch base with this woman. And she, like, you know, my aunt does all kinds of volunteering. And this woman that she put me in contact with is like, she also does all this volunteering, and she's giving me all these options as far as like, oh, you can move down here and these are the things that could be an option. And then the last one I don't even remember the other options, but the last option was I haven't tried this yet, but you could volunteer at the juvenile jail. And I was like, yeah, that's what I want to do.
Nice.
That sounds perfect.
Nice.
And so I moved down to Taos, and I lived in a earthship out on the mesa. And it was like really crazy because all my neighbors were living in like dead cars or holes they dug in the ground or tarps or pallets. Yeah, it's fucking heavy.
Just poverty.
It's hard. It's heavy duty, man. And yeah. I'd go into town to get groceries, and the earthship I was living in, I wasn't in the earthship community, which is like kind of like a Disneyland almost at this point. But this was like, you know, its own little thing. I was in like near me. I was probably the only one that really had like a shower or anything like that.
Damn.
Yeah.
So what'd you do at the juvenile jail? Like, were you
paint with kids?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
nice.
Cool.
That's what I was gonna...
Yeah.
Oh, so you tied the art in with it?
Yeah,
okay.
dude. Yeah. And it was super cool because there'd be times when I'd have like all the guards, all the kids, everyone painting.
Wow.
It was crazy.
That's beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah. And
That's really awesome.
there were some times though where it's like, ooh, man, heavy shit, bro. I heard some stories.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Some crazy shit. Like, met this little girl who, she was like 14, started smoking all this speed,
Yeah.
fucking stole a gun from someone, and was like, drove down to Santa Fe and like running up into rich people's houses, robbing them at gunpoint.
Gee.
And like I met
14.
Yeah, I met this kid who was 13. He had already been smoking meth for like 4 years.
Yeah.
He bought both of his parents stabbed to death in front of him.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I heard some crazy shit.
Well, that's crazy, like the heaviness going on there, but then maybe to see like firsthand the power of art to melt that shit away.
Well, and not only that, it's like, God, how cool is it that you can drive 5 hours in that direction and it's no longer like this, like
At all.
yeah, or as a white person, especially during like the winter, or I guess not always the winter because there's people go up to the ski resort, but like non-tourist season,
Yeah.
you're the minority. And that was like something that was really cool to experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of Latino.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Mostly.
I mean, it was like native and
native.
Spanish,
Okay.
mostly, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Help with empathy a little bit, like being a minority for that amount of time.
Or just
I mean,
to feel.
I mean, I think I had like a big dose of that schooling when I was a kid because like my parents took me to Nicaragua when I was like really young and
yeah.
saw some heavy fucking shit.
Really.
So fucking heavy.
You guys just went there on vacation?
Well, my mom is a dancer, like I said, and she was doing this like sister city program with Jalapa, which is a city there.
Did you guys end up doing like a art show at the detention center or anything like that?
Well, that was like the goal for me, but then in the end we found out that you couldn't because essentially the parents probably wouldn't want their kid's name in an art show that
Just
was associated with being in jail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was all these like rules about privacy and
True.
But that was the goal. There was a guy who was a Taos local who was doing was kind of doing a similar thing that I was starting, but with the adults, and he was able to.
That's cool.
Nice.
How long did you do that for?
Oh, I was there for 7 months.
Whoa. Okay. Like multiple days a week, or like just
Trying to. Sometimes it would be like every other week. It just depended. You know, I moved out there with a girl, and it went all. It was probably not the best place to move in a new relationship.
There's a lot
especially
going on
for
there.
someone that had like only lived in like the suburbs and like.
Yeah.
I think
it's a lot all at once.
Yeah,
It's a lot to handle for sure.
Yeah.
So that, you know, you're saying you didn't feel maybe purpose or fulfilled with your art pursuit?
I don't know. There was something like.
Did that were you able to bring anything back with that volunteer experience?
Well,
to
yeah, definitely, and that's that. Like, there are like much bigger things that we can do as creators.
Yeah.
Besides like making money or having a show, or I didn't get paid anything.
Yeah.
I didn't being down there. There's no one to buy art. Like I was down there because I fucking wanted to be.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And but it was the art really that was bringing me there.
Yeah.
A true purpose of it, not just, let's fucking make some prints. Let's,
Yeah.
you know.
So maybe that it was like in a long-term way that's where the purpose of the pursuit, like you are selling paintings and making a career, but then you built up a career and a know-how with art so that you could actually be a great volunteer and actually make a difference.
Yeah, I mean, I think part of it too is like a lot of these kids, like you hear their stories, and I think a lot of people would probably judge them. Mm-hmm. And like, dude, like, fuck, like, they
As
probably
kids, though, you know.
Yeah, I know, and they some of them done heavy shit.
Yeah.
And like, as someone that like had art as a child, like as a way of like therapy or, God, I was like, dude, if these kids are in this position, and if I fucking have one kid be like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Then sweet.
Next time they get frustrated, they draw on a piece of paper instead of like punching
I had
somebody.
Kids just swearing at me,
Really?
calling me names and shit.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Like, I mean, I had, I remember one time I went in there and the kid starts drilling me. He's like, why are you here?
Yeah.
And I'm like, because I want to be. He's like, well, what are they paying you?
And you're like, nothing.
And I'm like, I'm not getting paid, dude. And he just his jaw like dropped. He's like, where? He's like, are you from here? I'm like, no, I'm from Colorado. He's like, what are you doing here?
Like just meeting somebody that is just doing something because they care.
I didn't know what to think.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, okay.
That's like a new concept for him. And so maybe like working that into his like consciousness, it like changes his whole worldview.
Like I said, for every, there's definitely kids that were like, fuck you, mother, whatever.
Yeah.
But then there were other kids like, God, I this one kid, he was like in tears one day. He's like, being so real with me, and he was like scared. He's like, I want to see my mom. I can't do it anymore. I don't want to be here anymore.
Yeah.
Because the time I had saw him before, he was just getting let out. And I came back. I was gone for a while up here in Colorado. And I came back, like, I don't know, a few weeks later, and he was back in there. And I was like, dude, what's up?
Yeah.
And he just starts crying.
Damn.
Yeah. He's like, I just want to see my mom. I just want to hug my dog.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck, dude.
It's like especially heartbreaking with young kids that can't, that have a hard time getting it together. Maybe they don't have great influences in their lives, and they're just kind of like,
oh, dude, most of them, dude, you could tell, like, fucking had, like, gangbanger family and shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
or
and
drug
like,
addicts or whatever, Like,
it's weird. Like you have to be disciplined for doing something bad, but it's not necessarily their fault that they're like they got a shit roll
For
of
sure.
the dice.
Well, yeah, it's like, dude, when you're a child, like, and like, there's only so much understanding you can have, and if that's your influence and you're around it all the time, and like, dude, honestly, like, dude, some of those kids were rad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be kicking out with them. Like, you're cool. Like that little girl I was telling you about who robbed those people. She was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was fucking rad little kid. Like, I was like pretty impressed with like her wit and shit. Like, yeah.
It was a good hang.
Yeah, she's like, I love painting. This is dope. And I was like, she's like, I like to make other art too. And I was like, what other kind of art? She's like, oh, photographs. She's like, I got a nice camera. I'm like, how'd you get it?
Yeah, dude, that.
She's like, I robbed it from one of those people. And I was like, whoa. I'm like, they didn't make you give the shit back? She's like, no, I still pretty much have all of it. I was like, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Makes you wonder, like a girl like that, you know, if she had better guidance around her, she might be like a killer fucking artist.
Yeah. It was crazy though. She had like, you know, little tattoos on her face. And
Damn.
she was hard.
Damn. I'd be scared of her.
Yeah.
That's it. That's wild, man. Like, yeah, doing stuff outside the box like that you don't have to do, I think really informs you even more. It's like cross training or something like that. Like, you know, you're getting your chops up in the world instead of just being a hermit, but you're also going to the darker side of like,
for sure.
And the people who've been forgotten,
the uncomfortable.
Yeah. The uncomfortable. Yeah. You don't ever, I mean, like that's been a thing for me for a while. It's like, I don't ever want to be too comfortable,
doing your thing.
Yeah. And I think that speaks to just like changing, even if it's something as simple as changing the style up, or in your case, changing your whole day-to-day life and scenery and
it's very
where
admirable.
You live. Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah, there was times it was like, dude, oh man, like I've never felt so fucking wild in my entire life. Like, especially once homegirl bounced and I'm like in the yard at like sunrise, naked, laughing and crying, like burning all this shit. I'm like, this is amazing. Like, this is fucking amazing. And no one is going to fuck with me.
Yeah.
Because that guy over there is shooting fucking AR-15s and screaming and fucking beating his dog or whatever. Like, no one gives a shit about what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Just total freedom.
Just...
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, you can't do that shit here. I can't in Boulder County set up a fucking giant fucking bonfire at sunrise and be naked, like running around it, like throwing shit in it, like, you know, not happening.
No. Most people don't even scratch the surface of that level of freedom. It's cool that you allow yourself to do that, man.
It was the space that allowed it. Yeah, on the mesa, bro. Like anything goes.
Yeah.
Oh, anything, dude. Like literally, what's out there
far away
is
from your neighbors, distance wise.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like my closest neighbor was doing some shady ass shit. So whatever it was, they didn't want to fuck with me because they knew that I would be fucking with them. You know,
stay out of my business. And stay out of yours.
Oh, big time out there. People go missing. People get murdered out there. I mean, it's scary. It can be scary. Yeah, there was times when I slept with that knife under my pillow.
It's a big ass knife for everyone listening.
For a passive hippie.
Yeah, passive hippie.
Yeah.
Peace, love, and heavy weaponry.
But after I heard enough like weird stories, I was like, I might as well have that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's times where I would hear weird ass shit in the middle of the night, fucking
like out like near your
right
house.
Out, and I'd be like, ugh. You can go back inside. I don't know what the fuck that is.
Some sort of like a homunculus person animal, like
no, just
up.
People doing shady shit in the middle of the night, and you can tell they're being shady because they're whispering and like being shady. You know,
it's scary.
Yeah.
You like doing that? Like, you know, is that like a common theme in your life where you kind of get totally out of your comfort zone like that? And
oh yeah. I mean, that was
Is it something you've always done since you were younger?
Yeah, but when I was younger, it was way more reckless.
It was wild, yeah. I did wild shit when I was
fucking
young, too.
out. I was like really out of control, honestly. Yeah, I was. Yeah, I was fucking out of control.
What's your, if you want to tell it, you don't have to, but what's your most out of control story from your youth? I can tell mine first if you want.
I have so many. I know this is really hard
where
to
do you
weigh.
start?
Yeah, I mean, I could get this one's pretty fucking gnarly. So I had a friend, and he was going to culinary school, and he got a license at Air Gas.
Yeah.
So we were getting 60-pound nitrous tanks filled for like $100.
Jesus.
And my friend had this little 2-door Subaru, and we went and got a tank. And I'm in the back in the 2-door, and the tank was so big that they had to put it through the trunk, and half of it was on my body. And
Wasn't that cold?
Well,
Not yet.
so we're driving down to Denver, and I do not condone nitrous. I think it's a stupid drug, but I was a young kid, and
Yeah.
it was readily available.
No
and
one's judging you.
It's just what was happening at the moment.
Yeah.
And so I'm huffing nitrous, driving down 36.
You're driving?
No, I'm in the back seat
Okay.
with the
Yeah.
tank on me.
Right.
And the driver goes, "Hey, give me a balloon." And I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" No. You're fucking... No. No way, dude. Don't treat me like a child, bro.
That's that high school machismo.
I'm like, are you fucking kidding me, dude?
Stupid. Dude.
He's like, "I know what I'm doing. Don't treat me like a child." I'm like, "Dude, you're fucking tripping, bro. Like, I don't know what to say to that." And he's like, he just kept going. So eventually I was like, "All right, dude, fine. Here's a balloon. I'm huffing a balloon. I come to, we're going about 60 in rush hour traffic. So there's cars
Everywhere.
yeah. And we're hitting the median, airborne, and I'm looking through the windshield, and I can see oncoming traffic.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, "Oh my God, we're gonna fucking die." And then somehow the car came down on the side and was like this, and then boom, came down, and the he's still out, completely out, the driver, and the car swerving across 4 lanes of traffic. And I look back, and everyone's got their brakes locked up.
Yeah.
And the passenger is just punching the fucking driver in the face. "Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up."
Oh my.
And then he just looks up and grabs the wheel. Whoa. And he looks at us like, "What just happened?" And we're like, I was speechless. Plus, I didn't mention that when we came down, this 60-pound nitrous tank landed on my guts. And I'm like, so I had no breath. And I'm trying to scream. And I'm like, like full airborne.
Oh my God. It's a nightmare. And then what was the fallout of that? Did you get
We just
arrested?
made it to the party. And we kept partying.
Wait, you kept driving?
Well, you can't stop.
Yeah.
Craziest part is no one called the cops, or at least as far as I know.
Yeah.
I think someone probably thought, oh, maybe he dropped his drink or a cigarette on his lap, or
Oh my God.
who the fuck knows.
Shit makes me nervous. Son.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh, damn. Yeah. I most of my nightmares are if I ever have a quote unquote bad dream, it's usually involving someone else driving and I'm in the passenger seat and they're not able to do one or the other steering or gas or something, and I'm reaching over trying to steer and gas and fucking pedal it. And I can't imagine that being a real life situation.
Oh, it was so crazy, dude. And I was in the back.
You were in the back, too.
Pinned with a nitrous tank. Fucking crazy.
Were you like, "Hey man, I told you not to. I told you didn't need a balloon."
Oh, he knew that. I didn't have to say anything. He felt like a fucking dipshit.
Man, you're lucky.
Yeah.
Well,
But I've got I probably got even crazier ones than that.
God, I don't even know if I can handle it.
Storytime podcast with Jack.
It's so weird, like the dumb shit you do when you're a kid. You just, like, what is that? You're just testing limits?
I mean, I felt I don't know, I'm sure you guys probably felt this way too, but like, not only did I feel invulnerable, but I had a group of homies and we were all like, the unspoken rule was like, we'll get away with anything.
Yeah.
We'll do whatever the fuck we want. And like, you know, we would steal liquor from Rite Aid and sorry, Mom, if you're listening.
Wait, they saw, oh yeah, you were in Kentucky.
Yeah, dude.
They didn't have
Kentucky,
liquor in Rite Aid and PA.
Man,
Yeah,
dude,
not happening.
people don't know. Kentucky's like, bro, it's like the fucking Wild West, bro. There's no rules there.
Wild South.
You do whatever you want. For real. Do whatever you want. You go to the fucking Red River Gorge, bro. You go there, you cook meth there. I don't know. I'm just spinning yarn at this point. Shout out Kentucky and all the wonderful folks there. I said folks. Who says folks anymore? Do you guys ever use the word folks, Jack?
No, y'all though.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's where y'all was invented.
Yeah.
It was in Kentucky.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wait, so
I don't know if that's true. But.
were you born in Colorado?
Yeah.
Wow. So you, like,
Boulder Community Hospital.
you're the only person that I'm friends with that was actually born in Colorado.
It's rare, dude. You know
Yeah,
what
it's
else?
pretty crazy.
You know who else is born in a Boulder community, which is super trippy? Mars One.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn. That place is just like a portal for new fucking artists.
For weirdos.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, bro. Good job. You guys like, yeah. Probably touched
Amanda too, I guess.
Amanda. Yeah, Amanda Sage. Yeah.
Well, speaking, I know how you said like you didn't feel a lot of like purpose in your art, or it felt like self-serving, so you went and volunteered. But do you have like a high mission for your art at all, or
Yeah.
a way to like maybe try to bring
Yeah, but it's very
meaning
it's
to it?
cryptic, man. It's encrypted, man. Like, I don't
Right.
know. Yeah, you know what it is using pain for inspiration.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
It's like the alchemy of the ugliest things into the most beautiful
Lead
thing that
into
you
gold,
are
baby.
capable of creating.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like, you know, doing something like volunteering, it's like right in front of you, you're seeing the effect you have. But, I mean, do you think artists at large are providing a service, even though they are, you know,
I don't
you're
know.
just trying to...
I don't know.
I know.
I go back and forth all
like
the
trying
time.
I do
to
too.
see it.
You know,
like, are you like
I
lying
used
to
the word
yourself, or-
creators, but earlier in the podcast, but I realized that that's kind of a silly word because we're not really creating anything. We're kind of just rearranging it. Mm-hmm. We're not really like. We'd have to be God to be creating something.
Right, yeah.
The only thing that we could create
You
is
just
maybe
organize-
piss and shit. Spit.
Dude, I do a really good job of that. Just so everybody knows my shits are.
But do you know what
are
I'm
fire.
saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just reorganizing materials.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah.
I think that's a good way to look at it because then you don't really run the risk of, for lack of a better term, getting too far up your own ass about.
Yeah, but you know, like he just said, like, dude, there's times where I'm probably a little too hard on myself.
Yeah, same. I have trouble with consistency,
What do you mean?
like just finishing work in a timely manner. You know, or like even like consistently doing, you know, making art the same amount of time every single day. Sometimes.
I don't. I think that's everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And
So then
I think
also
that,
not being too hard on myself. So
Well, you know, each painting is kind of a ride of its own,
yeah.
Yeah.
and
It has its own lesson contained in it.
and in the beginning, it's can be not awesome,
Yeah. Totally.
you know. But I've noticed as I get older that if I'm not feeling it from the beginning, even if the beginning is rough, If I'm not feeling it, like I usually end up like painting over it. Like even this morning, I painted over something that I worked on for 2 months.
Yeah, you can start identifying the dud.
And I haven't done that in a really long time. Painted over something. It's been a really long time. But
I get psyched when I do that because like you had to get this shitty idea out of the way. And I mean, that's just as much as the creative process is like eliminating
something.
A piece,
Dude, I've burnt them, broke them.
Is that what you were burning in your front yard in New Mexico?
Yeah, some paintings, and then also the shit that my ex had left there.
Nice. Cool. That's like an effigy kind of.
It was awesome.
Yeah, there's something about that's like a beautiful way to release.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I buckled the fuck down after that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's up. So there's a question I wanted to ask you. If there are anything about the world of making art and trying to live off of it that you would change. I mean, probably one of those things like where to begin. But if there's anything about the world of art that you would change, what would it be?
Oh man, that's a hard question. I guess I wish people sometimes like, that's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess because a lot of feelings come up around that.
Yeah.
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 Partly it's just like that we have to advertise ourselves, and sometimes it can be a really raw part of ourselves, and then it can like, people can like tear it down.
Yeah. Or it can backfire.
Yeah. And not that I would change that, but I'm just saying there's just I don't know, there's a lot of like levels to that.
Yeah, there is.
Like the art thing is happening how it is because that's how it has to happen in a way. Yeah.
But I mean, I guess.
I mean, I don't even.
I
know
wish
how to
it.
answer that
I wish.
question.
I wish that it was less about certain people saying it's popular for it to be validated in the eyes of others. Like I wish people had more insight into themselves to decide what they really love and really care about.
Yeah.
And because I feel, partly because of social media and other things, like people gauge it on that.
Yeah.
Or gauge it on something that's kind of silly.
Yeah.
It's like a double-edged sword too with social media, because then you can also be exposed to a lot of art that you wouldn't otherwise.
But I also think that also can be a double-edged sword if we want to tessellate even further, because fuck, man, looking at that much dope art every day can make you feel like you're not doing enough.
Well, yeah, and like you can put out the most badass piece ever, and it's like somebody looks at it for 5 seconds and like, oh, that's cool.
And you put months into it, and they look at
it's getting diluted.
Yeah, and they're looking, dude, like that's a great way of putting it.
Yeah.
Yes, because when I was a kid, anytime you got some art that you were into, you were like, fuck yeah, I got the new Bonosa book.
Yeah.
I got the new, or be like, even shit that was old, like, oh, I never got to look in the pages of this Matty Clairwine or Rick Griffin book. Like, and you weren't like, it wasn't this like oversaturation, overstimulation, like constant, like looking at amazing images.
Right.
And it was you savored it more. It was more holy. It was like, wow, look at this. Look at what they did there.
Right.
Look at that detail. You know what I'm saying? Look at that foot. Look at that foot. Holy shit. Like I remember before I had an Instagram, I would look at paintings for and with my partner and at the time and be like, wow, look at that hand. What the fuck?
Yeah.
You look at
that hand.
10 minutes.
Just
too.
fucking, what the fuck? Like tripping out.
Yeah.
You know? Like, is that real? Someone made that?
Yeah.
That's paint?
Right.
Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Right.
And now it's like,
It's just taken for granted.
I kind of feel that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. There's
Even
what's the
being
next
an
thing?
artist,
The
like
next.
even being an artist and being on Instagram, you see the dopest piece, and you're just like, oh, cool.
Well, I think
you might
there's-
even forget to like it. You're just
Yeah.
like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
Just keep scrolling.
Yeah. There's a problem with the medium too, because we're staring at these tiny
It's
phone
like a
screens.
postage stamp
Yeah.
gallery.
Yeah. And we're just staring at tiny screens, and that's so much different than experiencing
Art.
the painting.
Yeah.
Or even a book of paintings.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you can pick up a Venosa book, and there's so much more information you'll get than going even on your computer screen.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Oh,
And
yeah.
I don't know. I think you kind of nailed it, like what I was going to say. But like also getting back to the, I think music faces this problem too, to a certain extent. Like things are cool because a certain threshold of people think that they're cool,
Yeah. Yeah.
or because so and so, or like all your heady friends or whoever is like, oh yeah,
That's dope.
yeah, yeah,
Oh, it's dope. Yeah, it's dope.
yeah.
For real.
And that's fine. I mean, but
You know what the fucking
But-
trippy part is? My favorite painters on Instagram
yeah,
who clearly, very clearly, wipe the floor with me. And
yeah.
they fucking have put more time in. They've got 20 years on me,
yeah.
you know, and they have less followers than me.
Yeah.
That's
I'm like,
crazy. Bro.
okay, this
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
But then that's just one lens through which you see success. You know, they might
Totally.
be killing it in galleries.
No, they are. They are.
They
They
might
are.
not even be bothered by Instagram. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's a mix of everything.
Yeah.
I think there's some people that wish they could have more of an Instagram because they're out in maybe Kentucky, fucking wherever the fuck, you know, or wherever they
Careful. No.
are. But
No,
you
but
know,
I feel you.
You
Yeah.
had to come here.
Yeah.
it's true.
Exactly. I came here
Ex-
to feel like at home.
You were connected,
Yeah.
right? So
I was
what if
connected
your only
instantly.
thing was fucking Instagram?
Yeah.
You'd be using it.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I mean, and I still do.
Yeah, even being somewhere where there is an art scene, it's like
That's how we all
I
talk
Sell most of my
anyways,
shit
probably.
through Instagram.
That's how I talk with
Yeah.
you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
It is a double-edged sword. It levels the playing field, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Because anyone can be exposed, but then it also levels the playing field in a way that people who should be getting more credit and are amazing
Yeah.
at what they do are not getting any love because of some bullshit algorithm.
Right.
And then the collective consciousness is playing into that. And then that artist feels like little
Yeah.
in the world. That's
Yeah.
bullshit.
Yeah. That is.
well, it's like I mean, but it's also though like some artists could be doing it for a really long time and have really incredible technique, but people might just not really be that into it.
Or they might not understand. I think a lot of it is that
It could be.
like people don't understand.
But like, for
what it
instance, like,
takes.
dude, Doug,
Yeah.
he's the man.
yeah.
I think
Yeah.
so.
Douglas is
He's the
amazing.
man.
Yeah.
I enjoy his work, and most people that I show it to enjoy it.
Yeah.
And he's stuck at 2000.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah, these algorithms are crazy. I think there's really no way to overestimate how much of an impact they have on our cultural thinking and our psyche
Yeah.
and just you name it. You
I
name
think
it.
what's important, or like if I could like give any advice, is like protect yourself. Like young artists, like protect yourself, protect your
Vision.
Yeah, vision. I hate to use that word, but yes, it is vision.
I mean, like just do you. Don't
And like, I don't know, just from personal experience, like, protect yourself from letting things like that hurt you.
yeah.
And also, like, protect yourself from people who will take advantage of you. Because a lot of the time, people are trying to take advantage of artists.
Yeah, there's so many weirdos that'll hit you up trying to make deals or
And it's
use
just
your artwork and
it's
not
just the
pay
way
you
it is,
and-
dude. Like even reputable galleries, whole weird shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's strange people that like steal from artists.
It's gross.
It's awful.
Yeah. So I don't know. So even like just like that's why I guess I don't know.
I think that's a big part of becoming an artist. You know, it's like you create paintings, but then there's other aspects of just learning how to deal with people. You know,
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
You got to be that
it's
wizard.
a huge part of it.
You got to be a
huge.
ninja, like social ninja.
yeah, and you know,
And you're so like artists are kind of inherently very sensitive people.
For
but then
sure.
But then
And
you also have to become like a tough ass too.
and I
like,
think
you know.
people don't really like. Sometimes people don't really acknowledge how emotional the ride is.
Oh yeah.
Like
When
artists.
and we're like, or even artists looking at other artists, and we're like judging their work or whatever.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
forget how heavy it can be.
Yeah.
I don't think it's really easy on anybody. You know.
No,
Yeah. A lot of mental anguish.
it's heavy duty.
And it's weird, like comparing yourself to others is it'll fuck you up.
And it's funny because everyone says don't do it,
But you're going to.
Dude, like we're human.
Yeah, I know. But at least maybe it, you know, like if you put out the message, don't compare yourself to others. At least if you notice
No,
yourself
for
doing
sure.
it, you can like catch yourself.
Well,
and-
no, and I think that's a big part of it is like, I think the best way of going about it is when it comes up, being like, oh, there's that.
Oh, I'm doing it. That's
there
why
it
I
is.
feel
There's
terrible.
that envy.
Yeah.
What am I doing?
And all you can really do is, you know, I don't know, maybe compare yourself to yourself or just try to be the best you can be.
Yeah, because I know also people don't like factor in like, God, crazy shit happens in people's lives. Mm-hmm. And we're like, you know, we don't know that. We don't see that.
You just see the fruits of their labor.
Yeah, we have no fucking idea what got them there.
Yeah. And like I think I didn't really know any artists. I lived in Philly before I moved here. You know, and by looking through Instagram and, you know, like seeing event photos, I just thought everybody was killing it and having the best time ever. And then you meet these people and everybody's dealing with something, you know.
Yeah.
Like I think we all get to have a ton of fun and it's a free, awesome life to like pursue creativity. But yeah, it's not all just fucking
Roses.
rainbows and unicorns. Yeah, it's like
No, especially like I feel like if you're doing something like raw and like authentic to yourself,
Yeah.
it's like, wow, it's no joke.
Yeah. Yeah, you really got to put yourself in a vice in a lot of ways. Yeah, that comparison thing is another like byproduct of social media. I feel like or it's been amplified.
I think that happens anyway.
Well, but it's been amplified.
Yeah, I
you know
agree
what
with
I mean?
that for sure.
I've been trying to more and more just, you know, post something and then forget about it.
Yeah, I think that's
instead of
healthy.
like babysitting it. And,
Yeah.
Or if I,
commenting back as soon as possible and doing all other things.
and even shifting, like if you see somebody killing it or making cool stuff, like being psyched for them.
Yeah,
Oh,
you should.
You know,
Yeah.
instead of having like a famine mentality and, you know, being discouraged.
Oh, I know.
Instead, it's like,
dude,
oh, cool.
That's
yeah.
what I was kind of part of what I was saying, like protecting yourself too. It's like, dude, people will get that way.
Yeah. And protect each other, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Find
Big
like-minded
time.
people and do it together.
Yeah, I'm always trying to like share what I know, even if it's not much.
You seem to know a lot. You seem to have some
There's
crazy
that comparison
experiences, man.
thing again.
For real. For real. Yeah, I have had a lot of crazy experiences.
I know it's probably hard to pinpoint, but where was the turning point in your life? And maybe it's been always where you were like, oh, I'm going to do this art thing forever. I'm going to make this my life, my career, my centerpiece.
Okay, so well, I feel like people were telling me that my whole life, and I didn't really believe it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had this guy who was just he was the coolest motherfucker, dude. I kind of look at him as like maybe an uncle figure or another father figure in my art life.
Uh-huh.
And I met him when I was really young, and the way he described things and like laid it out for me, it was so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
God, it's like amazing. And he was like, dude, you're a painter. And I'm like, what? And he's like, you're a painter. I don't know why you're drawing these posters. You're a painter.
Yeah.
He's like, you're a painter and you're going to get really into this art like Robert Venosa and Martina Hoffman. And I'm like, who is that?
You didn't even know who they were?
No, but they were his friends.
Ah.
Yeah. And so him telling me that was huge.
Yeah.
And then also, I got into like different kinds of like ritual and like magic.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the people that was like I was like working with in some like hermetic kind of stuff,
Mm-hmm.
he was like, you're a painter. So I had these like two people that were, and they were so sure of it.
Yeah.
And then you were fucked. You're like,
Well, and I never had painted.
Right. You just been drawing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
bizarre.
Yeah.
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 Right on.
Yeah.
Do you practice magic currently?
Yeah, but it's a lot different.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not so rigid. Like I want it, like I was a part of an order, you know? And
You were a wizard.
what? No. Sure. But I was a part of an order, and like there's a lot of rules.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of like doctrine and memorizing shit and saying it back and rigidness.
Trying to make art, man. I ain't got time for this.
Well, a lot of it makes sense. A lot of it's really cool.
Yeah.
And I still apply it today. But now I'm more like, I guess, into like the magic that maybe happens in the moment. And maybe I don't like putting so many descriptions or like labels on it.
Yeah.
You're not, you don't like make it.
I practice
not, like,
magic, but now it's
pageantry.
more like me in the yard with some psilocybin, laughing and crying at sunrise, burning a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds about as magic
Instead
as it
of like wearing robes and, you know,
Yeah.
whatever, you know.
And it's like, it's almost more just like the lens through which you approach life and what you do.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
if you see it in like a magical context,
Yeah.
and it becomes magic.
I mean, how could you deny it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't understand people who want to reduce the world
But you know,
down to,
there's times where it's shit seems very bleak in the physical realm
yeah.
because it's being controlled by a lot of darkness. I think so.
I wouldn't deny that.
But I think all of the realms that exist above it are just beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
You get this
do you
tap
try and
into-
do you try and tap into just like a I guess we could think of it as either parallel or higher like consciousness or whatever it is, because in my experience,
But is it that?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, is it a different?
Yes, but I don't know what it is.
Right, exactly, yeah.
And I used to try to like find ways to put words to it and
Right.
people that could tell me or describe it to me.
Right.
But
it can almost limit the thing.
it can, or it can open your eyes.
It can show you what to like shoot for.
Well,
Pay
or it
attention
can give a description to this thing that is happening to you, and you had no fucking clue.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're like, whoa, this is what I've been feeling. I thought I was, like, that's kind of how, like, the first book that I got that was, like, esoteric or, that kind of deal was the Kabbalion. And I remember I read it, like, in a day.
You read it in a day.
Yeah, because I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
This is it.
Maybe like a lot of things you were feeling. They sort of
And it just
described it, and you
came
came into realization, understanding.
Total.
Do you ever try to like map shit out in your paintings? Or not?
What do you mean?
Like realms, or how you orient consciously to the world and other realms, or anything like that?
I don't know.
You might
Maybe.
be doing it. Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I just try to be as open as possible.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's funny, like, there's these paintings where it's like more deliberate than others. But on the whole, like, I love the way Maddie said it, like, what you see is what you get. Like, what do you feel?
Yeah, what do you see? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
A lot of that responsibility is with the viewer. Is basically what that's saying, right?
I mean, yeah, and like,
at that
if it
point,
means nothing to you, I'm not gonna fucking explain it.
right?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna explain myself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, a good way to avoid that is just not go to festivals.
So, there's some art where I'm like, man, that guy just painted a bunch of dicks with like warts on them, or like some really weird shit. And I'm like, that's awful. But
it means something to him.
yeah, and like, what if it's like what the world needs? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Who are we to say?
Yeah, and maybe he just wants to shake shit up.
Yeah.
And that's cool too.
Yeah.
I'm down with that too. Even if I don't want to look at a fucking painting of a dick.
And like all artists, whether, like, I don't know how you identify with it or not, but we're kind of just vessels for some shit to come through us.
For
and
sure.
Translate it.
For sure. It's just like,
And who's to say where that originates from, or who
Yeah.
owns the idea?
yeah, I mean, I definitely feel that way. Like, there's a lot of the time, like, people, especially at certain points in my life, where people are like, oh, where does it come from? I'm like,
Yeah.
Who knows? That's my answer always.
yeah. But then there's other times where it's like, God, it's pretty conceptual. You're like, daydream this fucking image, and it's kind of like a graphic or something. Do you know what I'm saying?
Like the difference between just like pure, almost like automatic painting and some sort
Not
of,
even necessarily, but just like, I don't know. I guess it's hard for me to describe. I guess just some art, you look at it and you're like, that just looks like you looked at a photograph.
yeah, like
Yeah.
photorealism.
And that's, no, not even that it's
Not even
photorealism, but just that you just stared at a photograph. Like, you didn't bring any like imagination or like inspiration from like a different culture, or like, it's just like,
Stale, rigid.
You didn't like
cold.
color it. It didn't go through like a unique filter.
yeah, and like that kind of stuff. Maybe it is like a transcendental experience for that person, but like when I see it, I'm like, looks like you stared at a photograph. Which it might be for them, and if it is, fucking
they might
hell
be.
yeah.
They might be like super
They
high.
could be. They could
tapped
no,
in,
and they
like,
could be, and that's fucking awesome. They probably are.
like they could be in
They
some
probably are.
high Zen state.
Yeah, they
just
probably
translating.
are. But like, to me, it just looks really different. To me, it's fleas and
microbes,
bugs. Sometimes, but then it's a bunch of other shit too, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, your work has definitely changed at least a few times since I've met you.
How would you categorize those times though?
When I first met you,
Or if you had to.
if I had to,
held you down and
stop holding me down. First of all, y'all can't see it, but
out.
Jack is holding me down. So I guess I'll describe these. The first time I saw your art, and it's hard to say, but I think I saw your art before I saw Venosa's. But the first things I saw from you
That's hilarious.
were very Venosa-esque,
for sure.
and Klarwein-esque.
Yeah.
So there was that kind of period that I met and knew you, and then you were like, "Oh yeah, Robert Venosa," and I was like, "Oh, okay." Because I think the first painting I ever saw of yours was the one from Italy, and it has like that kind of jagged, real high contrast line between one side, and it looks, not to diminish your work at all, but it looked a lot like Venosa.
Yeah, no, definitely. That's because that's what, like...
That's what you were on. You were into that. Yeah. And then the second painting I saw was the one of she was really dark African woman with the triangle, the rainbow triangle. And, but then you like really developed that style, and there was that show you had at E-Town with the big like 10-foot painting.
That was fun.
That was super epic.
That was a fun party.
Yeah.
I feel like there isn't too many parties like that.
Yeah, I know.
In Boulder at all. Ever.
I know. I want to start throwing our own.
Yeah.
By the way.
Yeah, I think it might be up to us to like
That's what I think
throw
so
those
too.
parties.
That's
you wanna
how,
have, you know?
that's
Let's
how
get it. We
happened
should
that
get a small group of like 5 or 6 of us and just throw a party at E-Town or something.
Yeah.
To have the same kind of setup. That would be cool.
Yeah.
But to get back to categorizing your art, which at this point seems like super moot point, you know?
Yeah, I just don't even know, you know? It's like, because it seems like there's parts where it, like, it may be changed, but it also, like, themes carried through.
Yeah, for sure.
Because, I mean, I guess that's everyone, though.
I think breaking away from Mish technique was the first big
For sure.
stylistic
For
change.
sure, definitely.
And yeah, you know, you've always had kind of like, you've had skulls in like a lot of your work. Yeah.
Forever, huh?
Yeah. As far as I can kind of tell.
Yeah.
And I like the skull too. Dude,
Yeah.
one time some dude on, I can't remember if it was like Instagram or Facebook, but some guy, I put out like a painting, this is 2.5 years ago, put out a painting with a skull in it. Some guy was like, "A skull? Seriously?" Like,
Why?
I don't know. He was just like, it's, and then I was like, okay.
What's up, bud?
Yeah.
You
Having
okay?
a bad day? And so he was like, "Oh, it's just so overdone." And I'm just like, cool. And that speaks to, I guess, just the whole other thing of like, I put in all this work into it, and I was like, yeah, that was like the best skull I'd ever done at that point. And then some guy on the internet can
Tears
just
it down.
stroll by and be like,
Yeah.
how unoriginal, the skull.
Why do you like to paint skulls?
If I had to articulate it, it's just like, I mean, we all have one, you know? And then it's like, it's kind of this thing that shows you where a certain part of yourself that you identify with, at least being the physical body, is headed, you know?
Showing the temporary nature of
And it's
being
kind of like
human.
this whole underneath. I mean, it's like the skeleton, you know, it's the underneath. It's what's under at least a few layers of physical stuff. And, you know, I think a lot of people run from the idea of their mortality. And it's just like friendly reminder, you know, none of us get out of it alive, as the old saying goes, you know.
You're gonna die.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah. So that took a dark turn.
I don't know. Is it?
No, and yes.
Death, as I get older, is such a weird one because sometimes I don't get sad.
No.
About it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not.
I was at this funeral recently, or it was. I guess he wasn't there, so was that a service?
Yeah.
So, and I found myself like not wanting to be mopey and sad and like engaging in that way.
Yeah.
And while everyone else was.
You can almost be like, you're kind of like zoomed out and you're just watching like, oh yeah.
And people were getting kind of pissed at me
for not, yeah.
Yeah, they're like, you don't care or something.
Yeah.
Maybe is what they thought. And I was like, well, no, I just know this guy. And he was a pretty happy, fucking goofy dude.
Yeah.
And if I had to guess, I don't think he'd want us here sitting around getting drunk, moping.
Yeah, instead it's like, man,
I think he'd want us to be smiling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he'd want us to be celebrating all those fucking rad times that we shared.
And it just being content that, wow, we got to spend this really cool time in this dimension together. And
and it
so
was
long,
rad.
brother. Yeah.
And we did it. And like, people were kind of like pissed off at me. It was crazy.
Yeah, I think that.
And people were drunk, so emotions were high anyway, and I don't drink, so I'm sure that plays into it. But they were like,
to be upset with how somebody deals with
Well,
the nature of life itself.
It's literally almost everyone's trigger point is death.
Well, it's like that anger probably comes out of fear of death or something.
Maybe not everyone's, but it's just one of those things you have to deal with on a psychological level. That it's going to happen.
I think that, regardless, it's something that people face. But I also think that there's people that are further along.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
Die before you die.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
what's weird with
key.
Taking large doses of psychedelics and you've had death experiences.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know, it doesn't freak you out so much.
Yeah.
It's like maybe like that emotional response from people, it's the root of it is probably being scared of death.
It's fear.
Yeah.
It's just
and
fear.
It's like, yeah.
And it's mostly, humans are so fucking scared of what they can't explain.
Yeah.
So they waste all this breath trying to come up with it.
Right.
God and fucking this and that. It's like, dude.
Yeah.
Wow, we wasted so much energy.
And you still don't know.
And we still don't know. And who fucking cares?
Yeah.
And nobody will ever know.
No, and if you fucking feel loved and you feel connected, who fucking cares?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might as well enjoy what's right in front of you too, instead of...
Yeah, dude. It's crazy sometimes. Maybe that's why... visionary art is a hard one for me.
Because it's trying to explain something that can't be explained.
We're like,
It's trying to put this, what would you call it? Almost an ideology in a weird way.
Can be.
It can be.
It can be a lot of things.
But it's also fun to explore the nature of reality. It's
For sure.
It's a curious thing to explore.
Yeah.
And when it comes down to like, dude, there's some bad motherfuckers who are called visionaries.
Oh, yeah. No doubt. No doubt.
I don't call them visionaries. But that's what, I can't deny that.
That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the titles are weird because everyone's just like translating their curiosity and their experience of life onto a canvas.
For sure.
And like you could say like that's visionary art or that's
that's why
impressionism, but
dude,
it's
it's kind of a joke almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
On my hashtags, I'll say it's everything. I'm like, it's graffiti, it's contemporary art, it's
Exactly.
fucking surrealism,
Genreless.
it's I'm like
Psychedelic art.
and then I always do visionary art, but
With the question mark. That's why I wanted to ask you that question. And I knew that like we've had similar conversations in the past that obviously weren't as fleshed out as they are today.
Yeah.
And I think that's a lot of artists, like you can see it on social media and stuff, we're kind of grappling with this label that's kind of arbitrarily been put on a group of artists who their styles are as different as all three of our styles. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, John's got like graphic, cartoon, mushroom guys. I don't even know what I got. I got skulls
Like,
that people make fun of.
Chromatic, super chromatic surrealism.
Yeah.
With like hints of abstract expressionism.
Nice. Well, thank you. I guess.
Make that new hashtag.
I guess. Yeah. Yeah. One long hashtag.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that's maybe why there's a bit of this tinge of like, I don't know. I don't know about that label, internet. Thanks, but no thanks. But, or maybe so.
I also feel like visionary art, like the bubble, is limiting.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Totally.
It's limiting.
It's very limiting.
There's crazy stuff beyond. Like
So much.
public art and fucking museums and galleries that really fucking know what they're doing and all these things that,
Yeah.
you know, we're all pretty young.
Yeah.
You don't want to like pigeonhole yourself. And then,
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I, for one, do not want to be like having to show up at a fucking something to like a, you know, a dubstep show to vend or some.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's just too taxing.
Yeah, I see those kind of events. Like, I did a few of them. It wasn't totally my thing. It's weird how, you know, like I make trippy psychedelic art, so you kind of feel like you have to be at those kind of events because that's what trippy
Attracts
psychedelic
it.
artists do.
Yeah.
But that wasn't ever my thing. I just like a certain style of art, and then
It fell in.
you can like get in for a little bit, and then I'd rather get out because I don't know. It seems limiting to me.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It's not my scene, really.
Yeah, me either.
Like it can be fun,
But
it
it's
was
like
fun for a
crazy, you
little
know,
bit.
that's kind of, it's cool, you know.
I'm pretty deep into it actually.
I know
just to
you are.
offer like a counterpoint.
For
to
sure,
that.
I know you are.
And some of the time I would pass it up, you know. But at the same time I'm always like, okay, this is fun. I'm 33 years old.
Yeah.
It's not going to be every year. It'll probably be a little less fun.
Yeah.
And I am very much limiting myself in the demographic, in people's understanding of art, because it's festivals and stuff like this are a young person's game.
Yeah.
And
For real.
and they're really trying. Most festivals, I mean, there are definitely some exceptions, but a lot of festivals are really just trying to appeal to youngsters who don't, who I wouldn't even want to ask them to try and support me because they aren't
gotta
even
pay
really
bills.
supporting themselves
They
yet.
gotta fucking,
and they gotta live.
Pay for their
Ticket.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so there's that whole thing. And while I love every connection I've made, and it's debatable, but every life that I may have touched or, steered in some direction, I'm definitely looking for the next thing.
You know, it's crazy because, like you said, like I have people say like, oh, you said something to me at a festival that meant something.
Yeah, I've
Right?
had that too, for sure.
But then, and I'm like, oh, that's useful. That's powerful or whatever. But then I'm like, man, it'd probably be that way anywhere where I was around that many people.
Yeah, but you found yourself there.
Yeah.
And they're
No,
like-
I'm
they're-
not
and they're like-
discrediting it because
Yeah.
it was like a cool part of life, I guess. But like you said, it was never really me.
Yeah,
I can do it.
No, I know it. And dude, anyone who can make money off their art, fuck yeah.
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 I don't
Like,
give a fuck how you're doing it.
Yeah,
If you're selling
like, find your lane and
fucking
enjoy it.
t-shirts on the side of the road,
Fuck
hell yeah, homie.
Yeah,
keep
yeah.
doing it.
Yeah. I feel the same.
So whatever. If that works for you, dude, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
But for me,
But here's the thing,
it's just too much. It's taxing.
It kind of works.
Kind of works.
It doesn't, like, I'm not fully just a self-supported artist
Yeah. I mean,
just yet. I don't have like a quote unquote real job.
then you're fine. And you live in one of the most expensive counties in the fucking country, bro.
Yeah.
You're doing fine.
Yeah.
And I think
that's what I was getting to, is that like, this is, it's like, oh, my dream is working out, but just because it's not like the penultimate of my dream. Like, and so, getting back to kind of making comparisons and being too hard on yourself. I'm just speaking to that a little bit.
Yeah.
It's, you got to be grateful for where you're at and what you can do with what you got,
I think it's also like, let your fans be what they are.
Yeah.
I really, and like appreciate yourself and the way you feel. And it's a loose thing to say, but like, be yourself and follow your heart.
Yeah, those are cliches, but they're fucking actually the real
they're
shit.
cliches
like,
for a reason.
Authentically do that, and people will meet you there.
Yeah,
and you don't have to contort yourself into a box that you don't fit into.
For sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah,
and I think that's like really ties in with kind of what I was saying earlier about protecting yourself, protecting that creative spirit.
Yeah,
don't let anybody tell you, like,
yeah, you run this game, dog.
Yeah, of course.
Straight up.
Course.
Yeah, you know what you need to do better than anybody else.
Yeah, and
does.
like, don't look, and like, I noticed that, like, dude, I wanted these people to validate me or whatever, and I was like, wait, they don't care.
Yeah.
If they don't care, then why the fuck am I even fucking with them?
Why are you trying to,
for real? Like, what, dude? Like,
to fuck with people who you think you respect for a validation?
Straight up. And then, like, when in reality, it's like, dude, that'll just send you down this rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Of not being protected.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're vulnerable, and like, people treat you like a mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they'll take advantage of you.
Straight up.
Yeah, and you'll wake up someday confused and depressed.
Yeah.
You won't know
who
why.
am I?
Yeah. Yeah. Which happens to us every day as artists.
Even if you follow what you want to do, you're still going to wake up depressed and being, who am I?
But at least you know why a bit, at least. You're just like, oh, that's existential stuff. But
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of other questions to ask you, man.
Yeah, you guys should ask some questions and we can,
Yeah.
Or if you have any.
If you could go back to, and maybe it'll be some of the same things we were talking about. If you could go back to, say, Jack from 7.5 years ago, and you could tell him one thing in 5 minutes or less, what would you say? And I know it's like this whole time thing is weird because then there's a lot of like caveats into that, like Back to the Future style kind of shit, but it's almost like an advice.
I probably would have just alluded to like staying on the path of focusing on my work rather than like all the external parts of it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the extremities of being an artist and not just the art.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just do your damn thing.
Yeah.
Just keep your core warm and the fingers will take care of themselves.
Yeah.
Feel that.
Yeah.
Do you have any events coming up?
Shows.
We're talking about doing this art show in a house that it's essentially Keller Williams.
Yeah.
Is like built, like they have these brand new houses that are downtown Denver. They're like big.
Keller Williams, the realtor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like big musician. No, yeah.
Yeah, just to
big fancy houses downtown Denver.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I guess they want to do like art shows in them. And there's like certain people curating them, and like it's like,
You mean like houses for sale?
yeah.
Oh, so it's like a way to show off the house.
It's like a big fancy house, like nothing.
That's
you and
creepy.
I would ever live in,
new.
probably. And
that's
then
a cool new idea.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's probably them. I don't know. I really want to have something of some sort, but I don't know what it is yet.
We should like get together with some Boulder
even if
homies.
it's like at your friend's thing, that place is pretty cool. But
Yeah. Kava Bar was cool, right?
yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Win and Katie at Kava Bar.
Yeah,
Thank you.
they're nice people.
Yeah. Yeah.
You how How can the people find you? Find your work?
Instagram.
What's your address?
Instagram. And
what's your
website.
Instagram handle?
Oh, Jack Shure. Jack_Shure, maybe.
Okay.
That's
SHURE.
Like the microphone.
Yeah.
like the mic.
What's your website?
Jack Shure Art.
You keep it updated?
Yeah, I try to.
Right on.
I can't say a full yes on that one.
Periodically.
Yeah.
All right, well, I guess that'll wrap it up.
Yeah.
That was super sick. So thank you for listening to another episode of Artsy as Fuck. Be sure to... We'll do an outro later.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
That works.
Thank you.
Thanks, y'all.
Thanks for hanging out, Jack.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much.
Right on.
Hang loose.
Peace. We love you.
Peace. Thanks for listening to another episode of Artsy AF Podcast.
For additional images and notes on this episode, you can check out our website, artsyafpodcast.com.
And you can find me, Andrew Norris, at andrew.norris.arts on Instagram. And andrewnorrisarts.com is my website. I also have links on my website to episodes as well as all my best paintings.
And you can find me, John Speaker. My website is johnspeaker.com. On Instagram, I'm at John Speaker, and on Facebook, John Speaker Art.
And we want to give a special thanks to Blair Speaker, John's lovely wife and creative director of the podcast. She also updates the website and does all the podcast notes. So thank you, Blair.
And we'd also like to thank Tyler Billman. He created the music for this podcast. You can find Tyler on SoundCloud and Instagram. His name is Get Billsman. That's GETBILLSMAN.
Thanks again for listening. Peace.
Thank you.